Hello and welcome to Defi's third eye YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming in. Today I will speak about BESHARE. It is the utility token of YSL ecosystem. I've already spoke about 4 tokens. So if you haven't watched them, I highly recommend that you get back and watch and know about those tokens because there is a lot of money to be made. Okay, now let's talk about BESHARE. First, let's speak about the liquidity. The protocol has been specifically designed to generate protocol-owned liquidity for BESHARE at various points of interaction. So BESHARE liquidity is not going to be dependent on a third party. It is going to be owned by the protocol itself. So no one can remove the liquidity, no one can dump the token. And what is beautiful about this, that the liquidity is going to be built at various points of interaction. So as long as the ecosystem grows, also the liquidity of BESHARE grows. And this is just to give you an idea that this token is going to be sustainable because the liquidity is going to be always healthy and solid. Now let's talk about it. BESHARE will primarily be minted either as adequation when users participate in the MetaVaults or as part of the SuperNova prize every 8 hours. So this is the only 2 situations that BESHARE is going to be minted. Let's talk first about the adequation. Adequation means to make equal. So BESHARE is minted to a user equivalent to the value we deducted for the ecosystem allocation. When a user deposits in a MetaVault, there is a deposit fee and ecosystem allocation deducted from their deposit, right? Okay, there are 2 things that are going to be deducted, the deposit fee and the ecosystem allocation. Now let's get an example to make it clear. For example, you deposit 100 tokens in the token MetaVault at level 7. Of course, the MetaVault has levels, and now you deposit at the level 7. 15 tokens will be deducted for the deposit, which is 50%, and 42.5 token will be deducted for the ecosystem allocation. So 15% is for the deposit fee, and the rest, 15% of the rest will be going to be deducted for the ecosystem allocation. Okay, the protocol will mint BESHARE for the user equivalent to the 4205 tokens that was deducted for the ecosystem allocation. So at the end of the deposit process, the user will have 42.5 token in the token MetaVault, and this is going to earn him or her USDY every 8 hours at level 7, and also has BESHARE worth 42.5 token. So he's going to earn, you are going to earn USDY, and you will also have the BESHARE, and you can get this BESHARE and also stake it in BESHARE Vault to get more BESHARE. The second situation where the BESHARE is minted is when you want to participate in the SuperNova to get prizes. But to participate in the SuperNova, first you should have BYSL. You cannot participate if you don't have BYSL. And I've already spoke about BYSL. If you haven't watched that video, you should get back and watch it. So first you sacrifice BYSL to obtain a position in BESHARE Vault, and then you will be able to enter SuperNova for that epoch to get prizes. So this is the only two situation where the BESHARE is minted for people who are participating in the MetaVault or people who want to participate in the SuperNova. Okay, now let's talk about, for example, if you have a BESHARE minted for you, or you buy a BESHARE from the market. So what are you going to do with it? You can stake BESHARE and get more BESHARE. Deposit BESHARE in BESHARE Vault and earn more BESHARE, and there will be 4 different ways to increase the perpetual ratio of the vault every 8 hours. If you don't know about the perpetual ratio, I have already a video about it, and you can go back and watch that video to learn more about this wonderful concept that they have in all their vaults. So because of the perpetual ratio, people who are staking their BShare, they are going to get a lot of BShare because there are four different ways to increase the perpetual ratio of the vault. Okay, let's speak about the taxes. BShare tax by transfer sell is 15%. 5% go to the Treasury BUSD, and this is going to create liquidity, and also is going to help the price of BYSL to go up. And 10% is going to the BShare vault. It is going to increase the perpetual ratio of the vault. What does that mean? Means that you are going to get more of BShare, or those people who are staking in BShare vault. BShare sustainable mechanism. Of course, we are all looking for that token that is sustainable for a long time and that can give us money. So you are asking whether this token is sustainable or not. The answer is yes. The first one is daily outbound quota. And this, you are familiar. I am sure that you are familiar with this if you watch any of my previous videos. Every wallet will have a quota of one outbound transaction for BShare every 24 hours. So you can do only one transaction, whether it is selling or transferring to for BShare. So only one time. This is going to limit the transaction that, many transactions that can one person do in one day. And this is going to help a lot to sustain the price of BShare. The second one is Sigma Portal Rate SPL, and I am sure also that you are familiar with this if you watch any of my previous videos. So BShare SPL will start at 0.1. It will remain at 0.1 for 2 days. On day 3, it will increase to 1%, and every 24 hours thereafter it will increase by 1%, reaching a maximum of 100 on day 103. Which means about 3 months. However, this is very important to understand. It will reset back down to 0.1 every time you make an outward transaction of the token from your wallet, except for vault deposit. When you want to just deposit in the vault, there is no reset. So you can get it, buy it, for example, or it is minted for you, and then you stake it, and then you wait for that 3 months to pass, or 2 months, or 1 month. Then you can sell what you want. But before you sell, there is another thing that also you need to understand before you sell the whole thing. Pool transmittance rate, PTR. This means that the PTR limits the size of every sell transaction for BShare to 1% of its liquidity pool. You are not going to see that big dump in BShare. First, people can sell only one time, and second, people cannot sell more than 1% of the liquidity of the pool. Okay, so this is the end of the video. If you have any question, just leave a comment and I will be very glad to answer your question. And also, if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please do it right now, because there are a lot of good things coming to this channel. And also smash that like button to help me get to more people. Thank you so much.